My parents paid for my brother's coding boot camp while I worked night shifts at a gas station. 5 years later, he asked me to invest in his failing startup. My brother Liam got $30,000 for a coding boot camp in San Francisco. I got a card that said, "We believe hard work builds character." I was 19, working graveyard shifts, pumping gas and restocking energy drinks while he posted LinkedIn updates about disrupting industries. Every family dinner turned into the Liam show. Dad would pull up his laptop and show relatives Liam's GitHub projects. Mom printed out his Medium articles about tech innovation and mailed them to our grandparents. When I mentioned wanting to take a welding certification course, Dad barely looked up from his phone. "That's $1,200 we don't have right now, son." Liam's rent in San Francisco was $2,400 a month. They covered it without blinking. I remember the night it really hit me. I came home at 3 a.m., reeking of gasoline and cigarette smoke from customers. Found Mom video chatting with Liam, laughing about some startup party he'd attended. She didn't hear me walk in, just kept gushing about how proud she was. I grabbed a frozen burrito and went to my room, so I kept my head down and stopped talking about my plans. Started learning welding through YouTube videos in our garage at 4 a.m. before my shifts. Bought a cheap stick welder off Craigslist with money I'd saved from selling my car. Took the bus to work for 8 months. My first real side job was fixing a neighbor's broken porch railing. Charged him $60 and it took me 6 hours. He was so impressed he told his brother, who needed custom shelving for his garage. Then that guy's coworker needed a metal gate. Word spread slowly. I'd come home from the gas station, grab 3 hours of sleep, then spend mornings welding in the garage before my next shift. Mom complained about the noise once, said it was disrupting her Pilates routine. Meanwhile, Liam would call during dinner to talk about his startup's pivot strategy or their Series A funding round. Dad would put him on speaker so we could all listen. 3 years in, I had saved enough to rent a small industrial space on the edge of town. Nothing fancy. Concrete floors, bad lighting, a rolling door that stuck in winter, but it was mine. Quit the gas station the day I signed the lease. My supervisor looked confused when I gave notice. "Thought you'd be here forever, man." Nope, I was just getting started. My parents didn't come to see the shop. Said they were busy helping Liam move to a bigger apartment in the city since his company was growing. I didn't invite them again. Built my client base one project at a time. Decorative railings, custom furniture, small commercial jobs. Then I landed a contract fabricating the metal framework for a local brewery's outdoor patio. The owner posted photos online, tagged my shop. My phone didn't stop ringing for 2 weeks. Last month, Liam showed up at my shop unannounced. I was in the middle of cutting steel beam when I saw him standing in the doorway, looking around like he'd walked into the wrong building, turned off the torch. "What's up?" He seemed nervous. Started with small talk about how cool the shop looked, how he didn't know I was doing this well. Then he got to it. His startup had burned through their funding. Investors pulled out after their product launch flopped. He needed $50,000 to keep the company alive for another 6 months. "Just a bridge loan," he said. "Family supports family, right?" I set down my gloves. "Do you remember that philosophy 5 years ago?" His face tightened. "That was different. I was investing in my future. This is real business." And what was I doing? He got defensive. Said his situation involved investors, employees, real stakes. That I wouldn't understand the pressure of running a company. That welding was just a trade, not a career. I walked over to my desk and pulled up the email I'd gotten that morning. Turned the screen toward him. I just signed a contract with Morrison Construction for $340,000 to fabricate all the metalwork for their new downtown building. He stared at the screen like it was in a foreign language.